Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. So what would a quarterly event be without my spending comparison from server to server and date to date? So let's see how this compares to past spending events. Napoleon was the first really big spending event. And then the next really big one was the Ragnar event. So I have copies of what happened on both of those. We'll compare them to my server grouping because that's a fair comparison. It's the same people mostly or same alliances. And then I got some surprises in store for you that happened in this event across other servers. So let's just say that this was a very big spending event. Evony is definitely not hurting by the numbers. Now, whether this is real coin or not, and I'm not saying anything about this alliance that just happened to come on as I was in mid-sentence, as I was getting to the event, but I remember, was it last quarterly or the quarterly before, there was this brand new, I think he got the K35 in like 2 days, and he had spent he had lots and lots of points in this event, and then a week later he was off the map. But, those things happen. But if you get this across all servers, different totals, you could get a glimpse of what is happening in here. So let's take a look at it. So this is my grouping. Not sure exactly what the range is here, but I would guess it's like 420 to 450. So 30 servers in this grouping, approximately there. Now, some of those servers are empty. Like, I don't believe there's a 429. There's a 428. There's a 430. There's a 420, because I know I see them in there. There's also a 446 I see in there. I don't know if there's a 450. Maybe it goes up to like 460 because of that, but 30 type servers. AAD, that used to be the Rhythm server. Sir Philip servers in here. So this is a massive grouping. Probably the highest grouping depth-wise in all of Evony, and always has been. So this is high. How much is that in real money? That's about 20 grand, right? So 2.5 million points is $100. That means that 25 million points is $1,000. 250 million points is $10,000. And then, you get up to 500 million would be 20,000. Now, you could subtract some because for two reasons. One, the more you spend, you're going to get items inside. Like, say you do Spiritual Beast or different upgrades that will give you points. So that will throw it off a little bit. And then, of course, there's things like Aptoide. If you're not using Aptoide, you should. So, for example, we could look at what Zero spent here. Let's pretend he spent $20,000. He could have actually spent about like $15,000 if he's using Aptoide, but get $20,000 worth of results on here. So for Evony, it doesn't matter. Like, they still get the same percentage from each pack. Boring stuff. Let's look at what else is going on. So this is really high, right? You have one guy at 20 million, $20,000. Then you got two other players who are, let's just round down a little bit and say like 18,000. Then we got three more who are at about like 12,000. Overall, a lot of people over $8,000 in here. That is huge. Napoleon event, I feel like I spent around 8,000 or 9,000 Aptoide. So let's just say about 11,000 in the results. And I got a tier 1 castle. Like, it hurt. It was like, wow, that sucked. And part of why I got a tier 1 was because I missed out on the red sub. So I just said, screw it. And I was done spending. And I didn't feel like bumping it up anymore. Looking back, I probably should have spent to get that tier 2. Now, let's look at different things. So this is with 36 hours left in the Napoleon event. And you can see I was ranked 15 at that time. So there's Geek at 338 million. And right here he's at 468. Just 1 day later in that time. But these standings have not changed. No one's pushed Vidge to spend more, so they've stopped they have held the top spots. They held this amount of money for like the last few days. You didn't see much changes up there at all. And on here, you didn't see too much either because they had a big lead. Now, next one. This was the Ragnar event. And it topped the Napoleon event. You could see 338 on Geek. And then you could see here 393 on Zero, 359 on Geek. So, and then another Zero. Not sure. I don't think it's, I believe it is the just people in the Alliance changing their names. It's not Zero who owns multiple accounts. Working Mom made her appearance in the Alliance, and she spent $264 that time. This time she upped it by about $4,000. So, the boring, right? Who cares about this one Alliance? Let's see what's going on in all of Evony. So this is in this, so Rome event. This is this event, right? Rome collection. You see the same names. And this is 279 million. Not sure what the grouping is here, actually. But you guys could look. TES Alliance. This is with 2 days left. These pictures come from my Discord, so you could take a look at them. This is an anonymous server. Someone didn't want to share, and they had 377 at the top. This is another anonymous one, and it is basically tied with my server, 567 at the top and very deep. 382, that's one of the biggest second place finishes in all of Evony. This is server 1930, guys. 2 months old, $40,000. CMJ in DRU Alliance. Get used to that name, because these guys are gonna be something special. 2 months old, 11 billion, K41. He was K40 earlier in the day. At the time of looking at this, he was K40. I came back and I'm doing the video now. And his Alliance won a lot of this. K37 with that castle. Here's a 35 with it. What else do they got? 35 with it, and those are tier 1s, but this guy's a tier 2, I believe. Tier 1, tier 1, tier 2, tier 1, sorry. That's not the same one, but it looks very similar. What else they got going on here? They got a lot of good stuff here. A lot of coiners, and there's probably some outside the Alliance somewhere, and outside the area to the Hive. Anyways, yeah, CMJ, DRU. The biggest question is going to be, is he playing on that server in 6 months, or does he migrate to one of 2 servers where everyone seems to go? CMJ, my advice to you, stay there, man. Create your own legacy. It's so much more fun when you're the lead. Why do you want to go and press join, join, join? Just stay there and dominate. And looks like if it's going to be C7 coming up, I assume, because how could you throw this guy into C6 All-Stars? That's not really fair. Reward this guy with his own continent and just call it the DRU continent, because looks like they deserve it. Then we have, this is the last one to show you. This is the RSP server 302 server, and they're grouping, I don't know, I guess it would be like 280 to 320, something in that range, and 467, 466, 400, 390. So yeah, really 360. So 360 for 5th place. How does that compare to my grouping? 360 for 5th? Very similar. So looks like RSP is, they're not letting Vig get out of their sights. They're keeping it close. And looks like that battle for 1-2 in Evony is going to carry on. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. And also, one more thing. You can look at me. I'm in 239. I spent, oh, I guess you can't scroll down and see me. I spent $120. That's what it cost me to get Hercilia. I waited till the end. I bought the 40 pack and tripled down on it. And then I bought a 4 pack. What I'm talking about is in this, where you can buy. So I bought one of these times 3. I got 120 of them. I got 40 free spins. That put me at 160.
I think that was it, or 180, something like, yeah, that must have been it. Because then I tripled down on this and got 12 more, and then I bought the same thing with a double down, 8 more. So I spent $120. I got her. That's good enough for me. Was tempted to go for the champion, but I've held out and did not do it. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. Evony is, one good thing you got to say. You got to thank all these top people spending. They're keeping Evony employed. They're keeping the game going. So as much as some people, myself included, sometimes do like to complain a little bit about the coin gap in the game, we do have to understand that, hey, these are the guys who are keeping the lights on at Top Games headquarters and letting us all play this game that we love. So like, subscribe, leave a comment.